Praises and glory to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahashamha Rakak Double honors to our apostle elders which rule Great Millstone well. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom wa abba. So this movie, Dead Presidents, the only color that counts is green. Which this movie is edifying in this time because they're showing you what time it is, all right? You got a war going on, which in this movie they had the Vietnam War, which they also had poverty going on in the areas where Jake lived. And men have went out of their wits, and that's what this movie is showing you. Men have went out of their wits. All right, this character here that played the main character in the movie, there's a part that we always talk about where he's pretty much saying that he has to stay focused so he doesn't die in Vietnam. Because one of the actors, I can't remember his name, he's a comedian, well-known comedian. This guy here that played Smokey on Friday, that's what he's famous for, or even that one with Jackie Chan. But anyway, he asks this other actor, let me see the picture of your daughter. And he said he didn't carry one. This character here on the right, he said he didn't carry one because he needed to be focused to stay alive in Vietnam. All right, and I believe the names are down here. It says... No, I'm not seeing that comedian's name. Chris Tucker, there it is right there. You can see it right there. Okay. Lorenz Tate, Keith David, Chris Tucker, and Bushy Wright. There's much more in here. But it's a good movie. But once again, it's relevant to our times because... See, Esau's going to make you poor as hell to try to get you to go against what is right. He's going to try to make you steal, kill, and even cannibalize your neighbors. All right? And that's what this movie shows. This movie shows this man, once again, here in the black shirt on the right. Right? In Vietnam, he tells this man, Chris Tucker, that he's focused and he ain't going to let that distraction, his woman, get in the way of him surviving the Vietnam War. But in fact, when he comes into, back to America, what causes him to do the robbery, right? Which if you haven't seen it, it's an old movie, where they say spoiler alert, but they rob an armored truck, which you should already know because it's like one of the most famous scenes. That's why their face is painted. The group of Jake that they had, because they even had a Puerto Rican in there, which the Puerto Ricans are Israelites. And they rob an armored truck because all of them are doing bad after the war. They went to the war. And there's no jobs. Like the buildings behind them are condemned. There's no work. There's no money. So the women, that main character, his wife is cussing him out, getting money from other men. And eventually they go out of their wits to get that money, right? Whether it's the woman they're chasing is a drug, whether it's a lifestyle, whether it's their wife, whatever it is, all these men are chasing something and they need that money to get it. Which that money, the love of money is the root of all evil. And that's what Esau's trying to do. All right, so these men go out of their wits for money. It says in 1 Esdras chapter 4, verse 26, yea, many there be that have run out of their wits, right, for women. Now this women could be women. It could be liquor. It could be drugs. It could be a lifestyle that you're used to living. All right, and that's what's going to happen. A lot of men are going to go out of their wits to try to maintain a certain lifestyle, and they're going to lose everything. because they're going to have to take an implantable microchip, which the so-called white man, the red devil, is going to make mandatory for buying and selling. And if you want to maintain your lifestyle, if you want to be able to buy or sell for your family or whatever, you're going to have to take that chip, and that's really going to condemn you to the lake of fire, which is America's destruction, or being sent to the Middle East to die by fire over there. It says, and became servants for their sakes. And that's what happened to this man. The others died. Like this dude, he got killed in the chase. This one, I can't remember what happened. I was just watching the little clips of it, because I saw that they were blowing up ATMs in Denver trying to get the money out. And that's how they got the armored truck in this movie. They blew it up to get the money out. And what they're doing is they're trying to get money to try to live some kind of way in this poverty, which the so-called white race, they're in control of this money. And that's why the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian, the North American, Indian, Native American Indian, the so-called Negroid people of North America, Central America, South America, and Central America, the Caribbean of America, Salakia, we're in a low state. It's because the so-called white race, our enemy, is, in control of money. What dead president's face are on that money? That's why it's called dead presidents, right? They're giving their lives up for this money, which is dead, right? Which this is actually a woman in this picture right here, right? And it shows you that man going out of the wits, and then he goes to prison. They give him life, and he became a servant because his wife was crying that she wanted more money to spend. She wanted more money to, whatever lifestyle she wanted. He needed to produce more money, and they even had a pimp, and she was actually going on the side with the pimp to get more money, right? Making this man lose his mind, and that's why he actually does this robbery, is to try to make his wife pleased. All right, he was trying to make his wife happy with him, and he ended up as an inmate doing life. All right, so don't let your woman worry you. Don't let nothing worry you. Focus on your how about Shem Yahushai. All right, that's what's important. It says in Mark 8 and verse, let me see here, 36, I believe. Yep, Mark 8 and verse 36, which it's in red letters, so it's Yahushai speaking. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Right? And that's what happened. This dude here, he made it all the way through Vietnam, not letting the woman distract him, right? But when he gets home to Brooklyn, the woman distracts him and he loses his whole entire life, loses his soul, because now he's in prison. His mind's all fucked up. He can't see his daughter no more, And really, when they put that implantable microchip and make it mandatory, if you take that, you're condemned to the lake of fire, the nuclear destruction, whether it's in America, the nuclear destruction, or the chariot fire in the Middle East. It says, or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? So when the Lord comes to visit the earth and judge this world, what are you going to give in exchange of betrayal? You betray the Lord, talking to the Israelites, that take that implantable microchip. All right. What are you going to give in exchange of it? There's nothing to give but your life. You're going to die because the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. 2 Esdras 15. Right? It says, whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he cometh in the glory of his Father with the holy angels, which he's coming to judge in righteousness. So anyone that's living wickedly, right, is going to perish. All right? And there's a scene where it shows you all the money they stole from the armored vehicle. You know, most of it burned, but they got some of it, and some of them made it out with the money. And then when they show all that money, they show a Bible open on the table with the money. And in that Bible, they have it open to Hebrews 11, verse 1. And the reason why is because Hebrews 11 and 1 deals with faith. All right? And that's what the elect have. The elect have faith. It says in Hebrews 11, verse 1, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. See? And that's what they were lacking. That's why they were robbing armored trucks and shit like that, killing for that money. Right? Because they didn't have faith. All right? But us, we have faith, and that's why we don't have to do that. We have to just wait for the Lord to feed us. It says in verse 6, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to power must believe that he is, that Yahweh is, through his son Yahushai, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So the Lord's going to take care of them that diligently seek him, but you're going to have the 2/3, right, which are not with faith. They're carnally minded, and they're going to get violent, which the so-called white man, he wants you to get violent so he has the ability to kill you without having to answer for it. Which he wants to kill every so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian, every Israelite, but he's not allowed that right.